We here, baby. What's going on, y'all? Big moves today. Big news today. Big moves. Big news. Nothing different to the team, but we got big changes. With the Giants having their own Hard Knock special. The Giants having their own Hard Knock special. That was awkward, man. I think I was over here thinking I was live, but I wasn't. But we here. We here. Might have had a little technical difficulties there, man. But we here in the cut, man. We got the schedule dropped. The schedule for the NFL season for the New York Giants and the rest of the league dropped today, man. It just dropped a little over 30 minutes ago. It was leaked earlier in the day, though. If you stay tuned in the community tabs that I upload in consistently, I already posted what it was confirmed to be or rumored to be, and I believe it was confirmed. So we got the schedule drop today. We got the Giants having their own Hard Knocks special. That's going to be really exciting to see. In the history of the Giants franchise, they never appeared in a Hard Knocks, and this Hard Knocks is a little different, but I think it's going to be dope. It's going to be the first time that they're doing a series like this, and the Giants will be the first ones, man. You already know what time it is, man. Once you join up in the chat, say what's good in the chat. I read every single chat. We're here to talk about the Giants schedule. We're here to talk about them appearing on Hard Knocks and how we feeling with the rookies, man. The rookies reported to training camp. Man. Sleazy was good, my guy. Was good. He said Tay Banks versus JJ. That's going to be something to watch. And obviously, JJ McCarthy is a beast in himself. But, hey, Tay Banks going against Malik Neighbors in practice every single day. That's what we're looking forward to see. Let me go ahead and upload this real quick in the community tab. But what's good, Sleazy? What's going on? How you feeling, man? Hope everything's all good. Been a little minute since I've been live. Let me post this up real quick. We live. Well, like I said, man, we got the Giants schedule dropped, and let's jump straight into it. Why not? Let's jump straight into it, man. I'm gonna give a couple more minutes for some people to come in. I'll probably wait till the 5-minute mark when we go live, and then we'll be going over the schedule and give you little predictions, man. I'll post my own video going into every single game, going into every single matchup. The Giants have a tough stretch. I don't know if y'all seen it already, but the Giants do have a little bit of a tough stretch. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I was talking to a Saints fan at my job. I was talking to a Saints fan because we played the Saints this year. And I was like, hey, man, the Giants going to beat y'all this year. And he just asked me, he said, do you even think that you guys got better? And honestly, I told him no. I can't necessarily say we got better when you look at what we lost and what we gained. I'm excited. I'm excited about the young core. I'm excited about the young pieces, but I can't say the team got better than last year. I don't know. Was I tripping for that take? I don't know, man. He said, good, bro. Just been waiting for the season to get here. How about you? What's been going on? Not much, man. I'm waiting for the season to get here for sure. This is the longest part of the offseason, I feel like. It took a little while for free agency to come, but especially after free agency, I just feel like it's been a stretch, man. It's been a little stretch. As far as me, man, it's been out here grinding. But best believe a lot of good content coming through. Once Hard Knocks drops, which that's going to be a little bit in a couple of months. But when Hard Knocks drops, every episode we drop in a reaction to that. That's going to be really good to see. Really good to watch it all together and jump into it and talk about it after that. It's going to be really good. And it's good for the Giants overall. We haven't had anything like that. Man. We got 5 people in here, man. We only got 1 like. The math is not mathing, man. Go ahead and like the stream up. And let's dive straight into it, man. Sleazy says, nah, I feel like we got better, rid of bad pieces and added new additions, coaching-wise and player-wise. Coaching-wise, for sure. But we won't see it until it happens. But maybe I'm being overly critical. I don't know. I'm just still thinking about us losing Saquon and us losing Xavier McKinney, even though I really like Tyler Nubin. But yeah, man, let's jump straight into it though, man. Let's jump straight into it. So if you see here, man, first of all, shout out to Ish right here. Shout out to Ish, man. He when Tate Banks dropped that Instagram reel, he sent it to me on IG, letting me know that it was me in the beginning of it. So shout out to Ish, subscriber. But if you look here, man, week 1, we're taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I love this matchup week 1. I'm so glad that we're not facing a team like the Cowboys. I'm so glad. I'm over it. I'm really over it. I'm gonna blow myself up real quick. Let's go bottom right. Feeling bottom right vibe right now. All right. We got the Vikings week 1. Week 2, Washington at Washington. Week 3 at Cleveland. Right here from week 3 to about week 8, it's a tough stretch. It's a tough stretch. And it's a tough stretch for no matter what Giants team it is, whether it's last year's team or another year's team. It's a tough stretch. Week 3 at Cleveland. Week 4, Dallas. We know Dallas is a tough team to face. Week 5 at Seattle. Week 6, home against the Bengals. Bengals are obviously a good team. And week 7, home against the Eagles. 3 through 7 right there, man. It's hard for me to say that we're going to win any of those games. And I'm not trying to be super, against our team or anything, but it's a tough stretch for anybody. You got a winning team. Like winning records, playoff matchups, all of that. Week 8, you got the Steelers. Was the Steelers hit or miss, man? Hit or miss. We'll see what they are with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Week 9, you got home against Washington. Week 10, we're going to Germany, playing the Panthers. I really was interested in going to this game because if you didn't know, last year, the Panthers schedule, not the Panthers schedule, the Panthers record, obviously the worst team in the league. And their ticket prices were really low. And I live in Florida. I reside in Florida. I didn't mind driving up to Carolina possibly, or even taking a flight because their tickets were, no joke, like $20 to go see a game. But of course, they're in Germany. Week 11 bye. Week 12, we got the Bucks at home. Once again, I wish, as much as have all the advantage we can get playing at home, come to Tampa, man. I'm trying to see the Giants soon, but I'm seeing a game this year for sure. Mark my words. Week 13, we're playing at Dallas on Thanksgiving Day. Another time to ruin our Thanksgiving. Week 14, home against the Saints. Week 15, home against the Ravens. Then we're playing at Atlanta. Maybe I can go to Atlanta. We'll see. At Atlanta, week 17 against the Colts. And then closing out the season against the Eagles. I feel like we've done that for the past 3 years, it feels like. But that's the New York Giants schedule, man. That is the New York Giants schedule. Now, if we're looking at it, man, what are y'all thinking? What's y'all opinions currently? Because looking at it right now, man, once again, I feel like that stretch between week 3 and week 8 will really find out what this team is and what this team could be. What this team is and what this team could be. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think there's a chance that we can go 3-0. 2-0. Call me crazy. I think we can win the first 2 games. We got a rookie QB in both matchups. You got J.J. McCarthy for the Vikings. You got Jaden Daniels for the Washington Commanders. Winnable games, I think. Winnable games for sure. I think we can start off 2-0. After that, it's when it gets tough. And I can't really give us a win in any of those matchups right now. I can't. At Cleveland, that defense is ferocious. Dallas, we know who Dallas is. Seattle was a good team last year. And they kind of been a decent team for the most part for a little while now. We got against the Bengals. We know Joe Burrow. We know who he is. It is a home game, though, and that is also Sunday Night Football, so I just hope we don't get embarrassed because we do have a couple of primetime games. And then we got home against the Eagles and at Steelers, man. That little stretch is tough. Man. Sleazy says 2-0 valid. I think it is, but what are y'all thinking week 3 through 8, man? Week 3 through 8 is tough. It's tough. It really is. So if I had to choose, I just like the post. If I had to choose, though, once again, I think we're going 2-0. This is super early predictions. Maybe if Darren Waller doesn't retire, maybe we win another game, like one more game than we were going to. Possibly. But I got us going 2-0 in the beginning. Taking against Minnesota, taking against Washington. Exciting start. 2-0 is great. Probably losing against Cleveland. Probably losing against... Let's put every loss from week 3 to week 7. I think we can possibly beat the Steelers. But that could be a shot. That could be a shot. So at that point, if we lose every game through week 7, which we can win one of them. You got to play every given Sunday, every single game. You have to play them for a reason. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. But right now, I'll give us an L in every single game. That puts us at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2-5. A 2-5 start. Obviously, by then, everyone's saying trade away players. Everyone's talking about those different things. But I think it lightens up a bit. And it is a lot more intriguing matchups after that. We could possibly steal the game against the Steelers. Now, I have a splitting Washington. But could sweep them. If there's anything we know, it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter who's coach. Besides Joe Judge. It doesn't matter who it is. The Giants are going to end up being the Commanders. Washington. It's going to happen. So, I'm going to give them the L for now because I have them split. But for now, I'll give them the L. That puts us at 3-6. Panthers, we're winning that game. That's 4 wins. Then we got a bye week. Playing home against the Bucks, I have us taking the L. 4-7. Washington, Washington. Dallas, Thanksgiving game, 4-8. Saints. See, that's a game I want to say we can win. But their defense is kind of tough. But the only reason why I'll give us a W is because I can't see us losing both games at home. So give us 5-8 with the Saints. Ravens, 5-9. Atlanta, we can beat Atlanta. 6-9. Colts could be a give me. But for right now, I'll give us an L in that game and an L to close out the season. So 6-win season coming up, y'all. And that's being cautious. We don't know how this team could turn out, but we have to be honest with ourselves with the way this team is looking. The way we don't know who's going to be at quarterback for sure towards the end of the season. Can't guarantee that Daniel Jones will be the quarterback, I don't think. But either way, just looking at the way this team is constructed and the teams that we're facing, it's a tough schedule. But that's why you play the games. Who knows? Injuries can change things. Quarterback play can change things for other teams. So who knows? But 6-win season is exactly what we did last year. Can we do better than last year? For sure. There was a lot of winnable games that we lost last year, and we still walked away with 6 wins. That was with Tommy DeVito at the helm. We could be better than 6 wins, but that's going to be my way too early prediction at the moment, man. So he says, week 3A will show how much we improved as a team, not just the players. Agreed. Let me pull this up real quick. Agreed, man. Once again, we got 6 people in the building, man. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts in the chat. Like the stream if you haven't already as well. Talking about the schedule. But yeah, man, 6 wins. 6 wins. Super early prediction. I'll be breaking down more of the games in my video talking about the schedule. But that's where I currently have us, man. And we're going to talk about your schedule predictions in the video, man. Leave them in the comments. For sure. Now let's talk about the other main event that was announced today. The second main event that was dropped today. Giants are going to be on Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks offseason with the New York Giants, man. I was excited when I first saw it because I'm just like, there's no way the Giants are doing this because I heard it all. I really wanted to see this team on Hard Knocks for multiple years when it came to having Saquon on the team, even back when Odell was on the team. But I feel like the consensus around was that the Giants were an historic franchise and they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't have a camera crew in their training camp and they want to be prepared. They didn't want distractions. That's what I've heard. Now, when I saw the notification, I was saying no way, and it is a little different. Obviously, it says Hard Knocks off season with the New York Giants, not the training camp, off season. So with it being the off season, from reports, it's saying from January to around May, so possibly around now, after the NFL draft, of course. It's going to follow the team all the way from the end of January, so I'm pretty sure it's going to show the ending to the season, talking about potential people that can leave, potential people walking away, just like I got to see you saying new unis. Is that true? Is that true? Hold on. We got breaking news. Is that true? We're going to refresh it right now. Is that new? Is that true? Oh, shoot. Hold on. Oh, we actually got new unis. Let's go. I appreciate the heads up, my guy. Damn, I'm about to get taken out for playing this. What do we think it is? Man, I'm not going to lie. Red lettering on the post is going to be red jerseys. It's going to be red jerseys. Now, are they going to bring it out multiple times? Probably not. But I definitely think it's probably going to be red jerseys. Why else would the font be red? I think it got to be, right? It got to be. Paul, what's good? Appreciate you for tapping in. He said, imagine if JJ lights it up against a new Bowens D. Man, that'll be tough. That'll be tough if that does happen. But I don't see it happening. Dexter Lawrence is going to be in his lap. Paul says, yeah, Hard Knocks is exactly what we need. Another distraction. Now, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it'll really distract the Giants from where they currently reside because according to reports, they're not going to be following them during training camp. That's what I've seen. I could be wrong, but according to reports, not going to be following around training camp. New unis, though. That's crazy. New unis. I think it's going to be the red ones, man. Can you let me know in the chat? You know, how y'all feel about the red? How y'all feel about the red Giants jerseys, man? Because I definitely think, like, I thought it brought a cool dynamic. Giants red jerseys. I thought it brought a cool dynamic. Some people hated them, but I think it was just different. And I think with the way style is now and stuff like that, I definitely think you might like it better. You might like it better. As you see here, Eli Manning rocking the red jersey. I don't know. I dig the red jerseys, man. I dig the red jerseys. That's my prediction. I think the uniform is gonna be red. That's what I'm thinking, man. But back to the Hard Knocks post. I think with them following the offseason, key things that you're gonna see. A couple people tweeted about it. So a couple people talked about it. Wing Martindale not possibly leaving. When Wing Martindale and that fallout happened, we're going to be seeing that. I think they have to show it because that was crazy. But it also, they could probably be away from the controversy and probably staying away from it. Saquon's departure, Xavier McKinney's departure, the trade that went down for Brian Burns. We know what happened with that. After that, you're going to have a couple of other signings. Them trying to go sign offensive linemen. Going out to get Illuminor, going out to get John Runyon Jr., a couple of pieces like that. Signing some guys. You seeing guys like, which once again, appreciate everyone that watched that Dante Miller post, that Dante Miller video. Maybe signing a guy like Dante Miller. Doing their research and having some interviews with a couple of different players from this combine. Stuff like that. I definitely think going to see a whole behind-the-scenes look, what they were trying to target. Could you see them talking about possibly trying to trade up for Drake May? I don't think so. I don't think they would drop that. But who knows? People were saying, once again, the Giants were really, really like locked down in terms of how they were operating with the draft and, you know, even posting clips back at the draft. But they went ahead and went ahead with this. So there's gonna be cameras showing everything. We're gonna be seeing a lot of things. We're gonna be seeing a lot of things, man. So I'm excited. I'm excited because it's something new. And once again, I don't think it distracts the team too much, especially with it being not during training camp. But yeah, man, let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know your thoughts on that, man. Paul says, I've always been a fan of the red uniforms sporadically. I think it could be the red. If we do a little breakdown, a live breakdown, let's do a live breakdown right here real quick, man. Red lettering, that's what gets it for me, right? When they hyped up the Stitch, which obviously we saw them hype up the Stitch. I don't know if you guys did. 100 season patch, I'm sorry. 100 seasons patch. They're going to be wearing it on the jerseys. Now, this is when they hyped it up to show 100 years. No red lettering, right? No red lettering. Why now put red lettering on it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm just reaching. And what is that in the beginning? Does it look like a blowtorch, right? It looks like a blowtorch a bit. It looks like a blowtorch or like a welder. You know what I'm saying? That's why I definitely think it is. It gotta be. It gotta be that. First of all, I don't know who they put in that. And you don't really see a Giants logo on that helmet. Am I wrong? You see it on the front, of course, but the side decal is not really there. Yeah, the side decal is not really there. I'm glad, though. I'm glad. I would have been cool without the uniforms. I know a lot of people wanted it, and when they dropped the patch, you're like, oh my gosh, are you serious? But I actually kind of am warmed up to possibly having a new jersey. Now, they killed it with the classic jerseys from 2 years ago. They killed it with that. The legacy jerseys, if I must say. And the color rush jerseys, we already know. The color rush jersey is like the best color rush jersey in the league, in my opinion. So adding another one to our arsenal, I just think with the red lettering, it's going to be the red. It has to be. Sleazy says red unis with red pants, no white. That would be crazy. All red like that, we're going to look like the Cardinals walking around. That would be nuts. Dang, I really want to see. We're going to have to see what they are tomorrow, man. I'll wait to record my video a little later after they drop the official unis. And then we'll talk about it. And then they'll talk about it. I'm excited, though. Paul says I meant the red jerseys, LOL. Oh, red uniforms, red jerseys. Copy. Got you. Yeah, man. Once again, I'm excited. I'm excited overall. If you didn't see it, 6 wins. I think 6 wins on the new schedule, man. What y'all think? How many wins y'all thinking, man? How many wins y'all thinking? Got a couple people in the building. I need to get back on my grind. Need to get back live a little bit more. Get some more people in the building, man. But I'll be dropping a separate video about the schedule itself. A video that I do have loading. Theo Johnson. Theo Johnson is one of the top guys I'm excited for from this draft class. For sure. Theo Johnson is for sure one of the top guys in this draft class. And I'm really looking to see what he can do for the Giants. With Darren Waller, most likely, at this point, you got to say most likely, not coming back next year. They're going to end up with Theo Johnson and Daniel Bellinger. And Theo Johnson, he has all the physical tools. There's a lot of players in this league that has a lot of physical tools. But when you look at his skill set, being 6'6", running a 4.4, 4.5 40, he has the tools, man. He has the tools. And in the offense at Penn State, that was a little weird. Where they don't really feature a tight end like that, which in college, who do you really feature as a tight end consistently? You know, in the NFL we do, but when it comes down to college, you don't really hear too many names unless guys like Kyle Pitts that are getting drafted in the first round, or Brock Bowers getting drafted in the first round. So Theo Johnson is definitely someone I'm really excited to see. I think if I had to say one rookie that I'm really excited for, it's him. Malik Neighbors, I have my expectations. I love the Malik Neighbors pick. I loved him coming out before we even drafted him. I was saying that that's going to end up being the pick, and I'm happy with it. But I think Theo Johnson being taken in the 4th round, potentially what he could do to his offense, let us see it, man. Let us see it, because I don't think he's going to get as much attention, of course. He's a rookie. Paul says, Juke, do you sleazy? First of all, let me ask you about that. My fault. It said it drops at 10 a.m. Thank God, not trying to wait too long. I agree, man. I agree. Paul says, Juke, do you think the rebuilt O line will give DJ Orlock time to get Neighbors the ball with no Saquon threat now? I definitely think you're gonna see Neighbors get the ball. Hopefully, you want to see the offensive line gets better, because how could it get worse? I mean, am I right? Can't get worse. With the new offensive line coach and the new additions, I definitely think they should hold up a little bit more. I think it's really contingent on who's playing at right tackle. Evan Neal, if he's out there and he's thinking it up, this offensive line is going to look the same, because getting beat around the edge is the quickest way to the quarterback. Obviously, we know the defensive line, defensive tackles, and you look at what Dexter Lawrence can do. The quickest route to the quarterback is on the interior. When you push the pocket in the interior, it really rushes them out. But you see a lot of technical guys. That's why the guys on the edge get paid the big bucks. If you can get after the passer and you can get around a guy like Evan Neal, you're going to wreak mayhem against the Giants. And Evan Neal, contingent on Evan Neal, man. Now, will Illuminor start at right tackle? Will it be a little more of a competition? Illuminor starts at right tackle. I think he'll perform better than Evan Neal at this point. I have hope, hopefully, but I have to get proved wrong. We can't hope for this guy to be good and think he will be when we haven't seen it yet. So, to answer your question, I think they will, and Neighbors will get the ball. I think Neighbors should have close to a 1,000-yard season, if not a 1,000-yard season. When you draft him that high, he's going to be your featured guy, barring injury, of course. He's going to be your featured guy. You're going to get him the ball consistently, however you can. He's going to get 1,000 yards. That's just my opinion. You're not going to see a Kadarius Toney type effect on him, or Kenny Golladay, because this guy usually had to get the ball in his hands. Kenny Golladay was a more possession catcher. Kadarius Toney was a gadget player, which that's why you don't see him have better performances for Kansas City than he did for the Giants. No shade, though, man. No shade. But overall, Neighbors is a different type of weapon. A different type of weapon. Now, a couple other rookies. I think overall, a lot of people were hating on Andrew Phillips. We're going to have to see how it turns out. I saw some people commenting, talking about, of course, like him not having an interception in college. Talking about, his missed tackle percentage. I do agree you got to be a little bit worried about those things. But overall, I think you got to, see what the coaches can do with him. I'm not saying that he's going to be a top DB in this league now. Now that he got drafted and he's going to be coached by NFL coaches. I'm not saying that, but you got to see how he fits on this team. You got to see how he fits on this team overall and what he can do with this defense. He's going to end up starting, in my opinion. And yeah, man. That's what I think so far. Tyler Nubin. Extremely excited about Tyler Nubin. Extremely excited. Tyler Nubin, from his mentality, from the way he prepares, from the way that he played at Minnesota. I think, there's going to be a drop-off, of course, because he's a rookie. He's not going to walk in and be Xavier McKinney. But I wouldn't put it aside to think that he can be as good as Xavier McKinney one day. I wouldn't put it aside in him. Hard expectations to put on him. I mean, Xavier McKinney, he hasn't even been a Pro Bowler for us, which the Pro Bowl is almost a competition with fans. But once again, Tyler Nubin I'm excited for, and I think he's going to fit well in this defense, and I'm excited to see what he can do. Once again, Andrew Phillips got killed. Theo Johnson. We talked about Theo Johnson. And Tyrone Tracy. The Tyrone Tracy pick is definitely interesting. A lot of people are hype about Tyrone Tracy, rightfully so, because you can see him burst onto the scene. He'll be competing with Eric Gray and my guy Dante Miller. Once again, shout out to everyone that came from the Dante Miller video. Dante Miller is probably gonna have a competition with all of them as well. Caesar said, I want Theo Johnson to start. He has to. I think you'll see a lot of 2 tight end sets. That's what I think. Yogi was good. He said, people who don't watch the Giants football say we're going to do trash without Saquon. But if you look at the stats, Saquon and Devin Singletary had pretty similar stats. Singletary put up good stats with the Texans. Now it's just hoping that he can do that for the Giants, for sure. Paul said they have tripled down on DJ. I hope they don't double down on Neal. Neal worries me, man. Neal worries me. Yogi says last year, for sure. Nubin looks like an animal on his college tape. I love that pick. I'm excited about Tyler Nubin as well. I just think that the upside on what Theo Johnson can do for the offensive side of the ball, that's what I'm hyped for. But Tyler Nubin, don't get it wrong. Tyler Nubin, he could go off. And by the way, I keep looking down because I got the Yankees game in front of me. if you watch the Yankees, man, so subscribe to the Juke NYY. I gotta get more active over there as well. We got a lot going on, man. You already know that the Giants take priority. The Giants definitely take priority. Dang, man, new uniforms. New uniforms. I'm hype. I'm hype, man. I'm hype. Once again, schedule prediction will be dropping soon. Theo Johnson video. I think it's time to drop it tomorrow, man. I think it's time to drop the Theo Johnson video tomorrow. So Theo Johnson video tomorrow. And I'll also have a little mini video talking about the schedule. Talking about my prediction. Super, super early prediction. And after training camp, when it gets to the preseason, that's when we'll do a real prediction. After injuries. After we know if Darren Waller retires or not. That's what we'll be here to talk about it, man. But once again, appreciate y'all for joining up, man. Little small live we got going on today. But make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you stay tuned for the next couple of videos. I appreciate it.